special episode of Creeps, Creatures, and Haunts.
Oh my.
This will be kind of a fun episode, something different. Basically, we're going to be recapping all the did in 2021, which is quite a bit. We kind of have, now this is kind of a completely, we generally don't script our episodes because that takes way too much work. But we generally kind of have a little more of an idea what we're talking about. But I kind of thought that the idea would be fun to just kind of be like, just kind of discuss some of the things that we've done, because this was like one of the first years that we really ramped up and started doing consistent content. Like, we've always done the haunt reviews. Well, not always, but we've been doing it for a while now.
Quite a few years, yeah.
Because this was our, was it our 7th season? 7th or 8th altogether of Haunt Talk.
I want to say 7.
I think it was 7. Oh my. Again, unscripted. But
Very unscripted.
Yeah. And the episode is obviously coming a little bit late, because if you watched any of if you follow any of our social media or anything like that, I was sick. So I wanted to have this actually like uploaded New Year's Eve, or whatever, but then, I got sick, so wasn't able to do that. So it's coming in 2022, and it was supposed to come at the very end of 2021, but, oh well, sorry about that. I think that all of our, oh no, that light died. These do have batteries. Oh, well, that's sad. We'll figure that out later. There's not like any little key lights behind us like there usually is. But if you're listening to this in podcast form, then I guess it doesn't really matter. I will say, before we get started, we do have a Patreon. We actually have a couple patrons now there. If you are watching this and we haven't reached out to you yet, because I don't know exactly when I'm going to upload this, but we will be reaching out to you for your little gifts. If you're eligible for the grab bag or the t-shirt and all of that, we are working on that. But again, just because things got a little bit more delayed than I wanted it to, so if you're listening or watching and you are one of our patrons, that will be coming. And if you're not one of our patrons, definitely go check it out. The main incentive is it helps support us a lot, but there are also little things like we want to do like behind the scenes content, but just because there's so few there now, there hasn't been really any behind the scene contents to film at the moment. But we do plan, and I guess this episode will also be, we'll probably be talking a little bit of what we plan on doing in the future, I assume. Kind of. So it's going to kind of be like a recap of what we've done and what we plan on doing. So I would say one of the things we plan on doing, and it's pretty much definite for sure, I would say now, is we plan on making another haunted house documentary. So if it's feasible, we would like to post some behind-the-scenes stuff for that in like the Patreon. Like, that would be like an exclusive way to kind of see maybe some exclusive, maybe snippets even, maybe not even behind the scenes, but maybe some like little things before it's made into a full-length venture, if you will. But yeah. So we started doing this podcast technically in 2020. The first episode, I think, was actually in in December? Yeah, December 2nd. December 2nd was the first one that we did. So I'm going to chalk that up as a 2021 thing, though, because we only did like 3 episodes. Yeah, I think we did a total of 3 episodes in 2020. Everything else was maybe 4 episodes. Yeah, everything else, though, was done in 2021. That's actually interesting. We're kind of looking back at this now. I did not realize that our short film, Samsara, was actually uploaded January 4th, 1 year ago today.
Oh, wow.
It was on Amazon before this, on Amazon Prime, but then I redid some things before I did the YouTube upload. And that's another reason, like, we want to make more short films, but the short films are really expensive to make, so that's another reason that the help there with the patrons and that does well. I don't know for sure. We have a short film that we've been toying with the idea of for quite some time now, but I just don't know how to complete it, and there's so many other things we want to do.
Yeah.
Like, we want to do more of the Haunted Adventures episodes. We want to make this haunted house documentary. We want to be doing more of the podcast more consistently, and that. So trying to find time and money to do the short films is very difficult, because, like, you also have to find people that can act, which is a whole nother thing in and of itself.
We like literally have like a handful of people that like we use. If you're familiar with any of our our short films, you know that like the same people kind of show up in all of them because it's really hard to find people who will act for you for nothing because we have zero
Yeah, because like, we
budget.
don't.
You know?
The haunted house documentary was the only film that we've made that I made a small bit off of, but it didn't even come close to covering the cost of what it cost me and us to make because because it used to be, now it is free on YouTube, so I highly recommend going to watch it if if you're watching our channel, you probably are somewhat into haunted houses and shit. But the Haunt Behind the Scare is the documentary we've talked about in the past, but it is free on YouTube now, but it was on Vimeo on demand for a while, which did have a small fee. But Vimeo charges I don't know, it was like $200 or something like that a year.
It was a lot.
And I was only making that, so I'm like, it's just not worth it. I'd rather have more people be able to just watch it.
Yeah.
Now the new documentary, that's another thing I will say, when it does come out, and I don't know when it's going to come out, because again, we haven't even filmed anything for it. I've only been in talks with a few, places. But I plan on, if you're a patron, I don't know, it might be like a certain tier or something like that, but more than likely if you're a patron, you'll get a code to watch it at no cost, but it will, I don't know what platform it'll be on, it'll probably go to Amazon, because I don't really like Vimeo, and Amazon's more accessible, so it'll probably go on Amazon On Demand, is where I assume it will go whenever it does come out. The aim is to hopefully have it up like fall of this year, but, it just depends. If we're still filming it in the fall, then no. We were kind of experimenting with doing interviews on the podcast earlier in the year. Like we had Maximus, who's a haunt actor from Den Schoolhouse.
We have Allison May from Otherworld. We have Kristen Lee from
Bel Air House. Oh yeah, and we had Zach Moore,
who's a paranormal investigator.
Yeah, and then we kind of trailed off on doing the interviews just because, it's difficult to organize it all together. Yeah. But if we are not opposed to doing more, it's just, it can be difficult. So if you're someone that's or if you're interested on being on the show, and if you're watching this, if you're in the paranormal field, if you do haunted houses, just anything like that, if you are interested in being on the show, send us a message, leave a comment, whatever you'd like to do. Something else that we keep forgetting to mention in the videos that I was telling Kim is we do actually we've been requested by multiple people to basically sell t-shirts and stuff in that, branded with our skull ball logo here. That's the only thing now. We'll probably have Haunt Talk stuff closer to haunt season. I've only designed that stuff so far, but the links for that's all in the description of every YouTube video, and it should be in the description of the podcast too if you go into the show notes. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, so this was an interesting one. That was all the way back in March. We went to, our first investigation of the year was at Tinker's Hollows Bridge and... the
Ashtabula train disaster.
Yeah, the Ashtabula train disaster. We went to, the cemetery and stuff like that. What did you think of that place? Did you find it cool, creepy? What did you think of the Tinker's Hollow Bridge?
I actually thought it was pretty creepy. We were getting some weird stuff. If you've watched the episode, we do get some weird things. We're doing the ghost box and stuff like that, and some weird voices came through, and I did get very uneasy. It was weird because anytime, I know you and Dustin, kind of took off and were exploring further. And when you guys kind of left, it kind of got, really eerie by me. It was almost like something happened. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was really a strange area. Yeah,
well, it's very isolated too.
Yeah.
It's just on a dead end road, and it is super creepy. The drive back there's super creepy, and if you haven't watched the video, I highly recommend that you do. It doesn't have a lot of views, but it's only 15 minutes long. There's even a little trailer for it because I was kind of doing these short trailers I was uploading to TikTok as well, which I kind of stopped doing that. I would like to. It's one of my goals of 2021 is I would like to kind of do more vibe, creepy vibe TikToks. I really like TikTok that much, but it's very popular, and it's something that I hope will kind of promote the channel a little bit. And I do enjoy making, one of the things I actually really like making, because like my favorite type of videos to make are like cinematic type of videos. So I like when we go to the places and I can just make this little short video set to music and that. And I find that fun to make.
Yeah.
But recently, because again, we just came out of haunt season with the Christmas season, we weren't doing that many videos. There really hasn't been content that would warrant doing like short form snippet previews almost of like the full form video, which that brings us to the next thing. But I actually do want to, what was I going to say? My mind goes faster than I can think. Oh, yes, but make sure you stay tuned. I just wanted to say, because we are going to be doing Haunted Dolls. Will be coming up here real shortly. Probably only a couple days after this video airs. We're going to be doing like a series of at least 4, maybe more videos. I plan on doing a couple podcasts per week, which will also be uploaded as video form, because they'll be shorter podcasts. Originally, I thought, well, let's do just a Haunted Dolls episode, and I'm like, I think it'd be better for a viewer and for us as a channel because of the fact that there's more videos that are pulling people in from different searches. Because if I just do Haunted Dolls, that's not as good of a search term as like if it is like Annabelle or if it is like Robert the Doll. There's a couple other ones. You stay tuned to find out exactly. I don't know if, we'll probably talk about the future ones in those episodes to kind of keep you guessing a little bit there. But yeah, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Those will be podcasts as well, but we also are planning already haunted places to go to, which is going to lead us into by far my favorite place we went to this year as far as creepy goes, which was Randolph County Infirmary.
Oh, yeah.
Which there's a couple videos on the channel. There's a short form video, which was the one that was also on TikTok. We have a podcast, plus there's an actual investigation. I thought this place we didn't have a lot of experiences, but I thought this place was just uber cool.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was huge. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that big. And then we get there and he does the drone and we're just like, oh my God, this place is ginormous.
We did not have enough time.
Yeah, no. I would definitely like to go back there. I don't know if that'll necessarily happen this year, but I'd like to go back there.
This year, but yeah, I definitely am interested in going back because it wasn't that expensive. Now, we could have spent the night there, but we chose not to. And again, we talk more about this in the podcast. So if you're interested in all this, again, watch this video. I really think this video is cool. There's a lot of cool, like, stuff you see. Me and Kim take you through a tour of the place and, like, tell you about it. Just a super cool vibes. And there was a couple creepy things that happened. But overall, though, it's just real cool vibe. I like to kind of keep the videos interesting, but I'm also, like, I don't want to add in stupid stuff, like make it like a Ghost Adventures episode where it's, like, over-dramatized. But if there's not a lot that's happening, the video just ends up being shorter. But this place was just so cool in the history, like the stories. Like, just for example, one of the things, there's a guy that basically is losing his mind, and he goes into the one room with a butcher knife, puts it in his head, and starts beating this butcher knife in his head with a pan. He lived through it. But that's just one of the things. And there's worse things, way worse things that happen that we talk about in that. So if you really like dark history, even if you're not so much into the paranormal, watch that because we go over a lot of that, and it's cool. Cool in a macabre way if you're into that. Then we had some like snack box videos, and again, right now we're not doing those. Maybe we'll get back to it. We've toyed with the idea of starting a second channel. If that's something you would like to see, is a separate channel that's only food related, or if you would like to bring back food stuff to this channel, let us know. But right now, that is food content is currently on hiatus. Oh yes, this place.
I see it.
Yeah.
Corn hedge.
Corn hedge. Yes.
Like, who knew? Like, I know people always make jokes about Ohio being basically just corn, and that's it. And somebody actually took it to the extreme and made concrete corn cobs and just stuck them in the ground.
Yeah.
And there's probably
I don't know,
100 of them.
I would say probably about 100. I don't know the exact amount.
It's ridiculous.
It's a short little vlog video. We don't do a lot of vlogs, but I do like doing them. It's only like 5 minutes long because there's not that much there. But if you're interested in seeing what this place is, go watch that video. And all of this stuff's on the channel. I mean, we have quite a few videos, but not so much where if you just scroll through, you'll be able to find. Then we had our interview with Kristen Lee, which we talked about. This was one that just kind of surprised me. got like no views, like none. Which was the vlog we did at the U.S. Air Force Museum in Toledo, Ohio. Really cool place, and like I actually think the vlog turned out pretty cool because again, I spent a lot of money on, because again I like the cinematography stuff, so I spent a lot of money on like cameras and stuff. So I would venture to say that the quality you get from our videos is going to generally be better than a lot of like your really well-known vloggers out there. Like, and I'm not saying that necessarily makes the content better. I'm not saying our content is the best thing ever. What we try, you know, with what we have, but because of the fact that we make short films, like the cameras and stuff that we're using and lenses just kind of tend to be more pleasing. It's not like just cell phone footage.
Yeah.
So I do recommend, if you only watch or listen to the podcast, to go watch these videos that are on YouTube, because like I feel like they're generally fairly pleasant videos to watch, and it is upsetting when a video like that, 36 views is all it has. It is nothing. I mean, that is like, might as well be zero as far as YouTube standards. So, I mean, you know, like,
Wow.
and I also see the statistics, like, so many of our subscribers out there, and, you know, I mean, we don't have a lot, but it's a decent amount. It's over 4,000 now, and most of our subscribers are not the percentage views of our channel. There's only, like, I think at most, it's, like, 5% at most is where our views come from as subscribers. So I don't know if you don't have the notification bell rang, but, like, do that. Now, one video, we had a couple restaurant reviews. Yeah.
Make me come over there.
Helltown, Ohio. That was a video that's done decently for
Yeah.
us. This was one of the videos, and again, leave comments if you like this kind of content, where we just kind of talk over footage. So this one isn't vlog style. It's like more cinematic and like drone shots and just pretty footage, and we tell the legend of the place.
Yes. It was actually a very requested thing that everybody kept asking us to do. Like, since we kind of like started this channel, was everybody's like, oh, we want to know about Helltown, you know? Like when we started doing paranormal stuff and everything, people were like, oh, we want to know about Helltown. So we just gathered up, you know, some of the legends that we've heard of and some things that we found on the internet. Now, mind you, this is just what we found. What truth to it, who knows?
Right. And when the stories we do mention, like, something that a lot of people, well, not a lot, but people have commented is like, you know, like we're a little bit sarcastic, I guess you would say, in certain spots. Like, one of the rumors, it's so stupid. And so I made a snarky comment when doing, you know, the commentary on it, is that the trees move.
Oh, yeah.
And my response is, people forget that wind exists. And then it just goes to something else, and like, you know, because we're not talking like this, so like we don't laugh or say anything. It's just very dry, and people seem to respond to that. So like, I mean, if that's something that you're into, if you like the kind of video, or if you prefer us like actually being there and investigating and not like the cinematic, or maybe you like both, you know, because we've done a mixture of both, and I think that we probably will at some point this year venture back to Helltown and do a vlog style in that area, because we didn't really do that. Now, we did do a thing at Mater della Rosa Cemetery, which we actually did like a little ghost hunt there. It's a really creepy cemetery that's kind of part of Helltown, kind of not. Helltown doesn't actually exist, let's make that clear. It's just a rumor. And it kind of is debatable on what area it is. Like, I got some flack for this video saying, because I in subtitles I put like Helltown, Ohio, because I knew that would kind of, people would see that and be like, oh, it's part of the Helltown legend. And it kind of is, because this cemetery is what? It used to be part of the main church that people...
The church that they actually think is the satanic
Which
church,
is not.
because it has molding on it. The wood, it looks like it's an upside down cross, but it's not. It's decorative. It's not an upside down cross. It's just the way that it looks. That's the design. And this church is actually called Mother of Sorrows. And,
Great name.
Yeah. Mater del Rosa actually means Mother of Sorrows.
Right. So, like,
And-
it is related, even though it's not that close to the church.
Yeah.
And it is technically not in what people generally consider Helltown. It is related to it. And if you look up Helltown, you can find stories about the cemetery mentioned. So that's why I captioned it that way. I wasn't doing it just as clickbait, but it also was kind of meant to draw people's attention, because so many people know what Helltown is. So many people search for it. So, yeah. We did do an unboxing of a witchcraft box. It was called, like, Box of Shadows. Well, that wasn't very good. Didn't get many views. So, a couple more restaurant reviews. M Italian, not many views, but God, that's a great restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Not talking much about food here, but you should go there. River Merchant, we did a review on another great restaurant in Kent, Ohio. And then we did, this is a pretty short one, we did a review, we did a ghost hunt of Everett Road Covered Bridge. This is a cool place, and it's been a minute since I've watched the video, obviously. But I do believe, like, we had some creepy stuff happening there until, like, some other people showed up, and then it all stopped, right?
Yeah, we had somebody swearing at us through the ghost box. I do remember that.
Yeah, there was some,
there
like,
was
stuff
some
being
weird,
said.
like, yeah, there was, like, weird voices coming through the ghost box, and just overall really creepiness there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seemed like as soon as these people showed up, the ghosts were like, I'm leaving. Bye. Because then we didn't have anything the rest of the night. It was really strange.
Yeah, it just, like, quieted down, because even Dustin, because he's in some of the videos, he generally doesn't talk too much. He doesn't really like being on camera, but that's okay.
Purposely put him on camera anyway.
Yeah, so, yeah, it was a creepy place. I'd recommend watching that video as well. All of the Haunted Adventure episodes I'm pretty proud of, and I do recommend, watching those. That one's also a short one. It's only 13 minutes, because it's just a bridge, so I didn't want to make it crazy long. Then we did a podcast/video, which actually, like, for our channel, is did decently. It has almost 2,000 views, which is a ghost hunting equipment discussion, where we basically just do that. We take the ghost hunting equipment that we currently had at that time. We now have a little bit more, and we talked about it and kind of said what we believe in, what we kind of think is nonsense, like the thing I like to call, what do I like to call the SB7s, the spirit box, Kim?
The fake box.
Yeah, because it's just a thing that scans through radio stations. It's bullshit, but we still use it. I have my opinions about it, but people like to see it, probably. So we use it, and once in a while weird things come out, but it's really weird how when there's no radio stations, nothing ever comes out of it. And that's something that really, like, makes me think, but I mean, if I'm listening to it and I say my name and it's like, hi, Josh, I'm like, that's fucking weird. And there has been a couple things that came out of it that I'm like, that's weird. But for the most part, what it is it's just another form of pareidolia where you are hearing the garble and translating it into the thing that you're asking. Like if I say, what is your name? And it goes, blah, blah, blah. I might hear Henry, I might hear, who knows what I might hear, but in the moment, I'm going to translate it something, and then as soon as I say it to you, you're going to think it.
Well, see, that's why I like doing the headphone.
And yes, that is
thing.
A cool experiment. You'll see that if you watch some of our videos. Go ahead and explain what that is quickly.
So basically, you have one person that takes noise-canceling headphones and a blindfold. They plug it into the actual ghost box and run it. All they can hear is the ghost box. All they can see is nothing because they have their blindfold on. And then you have somebody else, either in the same room or a close proximity to that room, ask questions. So the person that's listening to the ghost box has no idea what's being asked. They're just listening for any kind of response or any kind of voice that's going to come through that ghost box. And I mean, we've had a few things.
There's been a couple things.
A couple things that happened that were pretty interesting.
We didn't get a chance to use it too much, actually, I don't think, on our investigations this year.
Yeah, no. I know we used it at Randolph and had
we did it at Randolph.
We had a weird response because what was it? It was only responding to me.
Yeah. Dude, the Randolph video is so good. I want to go back and watch it. Watch that video. It's so good. But yeah, so if you're interested in like more debates, because we do kind of debate and talk about like things that we think are good, cool and things that are bullshit when it comes to ghosting equipment. So if you're interested in that, good video. There, Wild Eagle review, it's real close to us, good place to eat. Oh yeah, this one, about shit my fucking pants. So we did a synchronicities video, and that's just kind of like, if you're not familiar with it, well, you should go watch the video, because you probably haven't, it's only 37 views on it. And it's basically synchronicities, if you're not familiar, just that. They're weird things that basically occurred that sync together, that seem almost unnatural. So, weird thing. It just makes the story weirder. So one of the stories that I tell that's a personal story in the synchronicity is basically I'm going to try and sum the story up real quick because you can watch the video, see the whole thing. But my dad is working on a guy's car. The guy's car gets stolen. My dad tells the guy's on the way to my dad's garage, or to where my dad's garage is to file a police report. Cars breaks down. Repairman comes, sees and the guy's like, oh, I'm having a bad day. My, car got stolen, all that. And the mechanic's like, what's the car? And he shows him a picture and he's like, that car's right by my house. And he called my dad, and my dad went. Sure enough, it was. Now, mind you, like, the guy was an hour away from my dad's garage, and this guy lived, like, a complete different area in Alliance, Ohio, if you're familiar. It was a really weird story. Really strange. So then, and so I make the video, and again, only 37 views, and my dad basically comes to me, and he's like, so this is really strange. He's like, because I still talk to that guy, the guy that got the car stolen, and he's like, the guy came to me, he's like, it's really strange. He's like, I was watching some YouTube video and someone talked about pretty much my exact situation. And my dad's like, wait, what? Because my dad knew I made the video because I told him about it. And he's like, and the guy's like, yeah. And he showed him the video and he's like, that's my son. Like, mind you, 37 people have watched this video. Somehow this guy found it. Now, if that doesn't blow your mind, if that doesn't just make you just want to, like, just crawl into a ball and be like, yeah, like, wow, the fates are out of our control. I don't know what will. But yeah. Good video, only 37. You should go watch it if you want to hear freaky synchronicity stories. So the next thing that we did, this was a fun one. We went to Squire's Castle and did a little ghost hunt there. Cool thing about this place is it's like it's part of a little national park thing, and it's open to like 11 at night. So
yeah, it's
might even been
late.
midnight. Yeah, so we were able to go there, like legally actually, and investigate there in the dark. It's just hollowed out little, it's not really a castle, they call it Squire's Castle.
It was actually supposed to be like the carriage house of like a main building.
Yeah, it's not there anymore or whatever. And, or it never got built, I don't remember.
Yeah, it never got built. They basically gutted it. It doesn't have any, like, it was supposed to have 2 floors. They gutted it so people didn't like fall through the floor and things like that. It's a great place for people to get their pictures taken.
Yes.
Evidence. We kept trying to do drone things, and there were just like children and prom people just running amok, and it was like,
it is a pretty place. So we've taken pictures there before as well, not of people, but we've been there in the past. Actually going there and walking around. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. It wasn't that park, but we went there and then we went somewhere else, and it's what ended up inspiring Joan because of the thing I found in the woods.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't actually there, but it's close by.
Yeah, actually, the little, if you've watched our short horror film, Joan.
Yeah, it's the most popular video by far.
The little stick teepee thing that's out in the middle of the woods isn't too far from this place.
Plug for Joan. It's a good movie about, like, depression and stuff like that. Yeah. It's a horror movie, though, but that's its themes. That's the biggest thing on our channel. Yeah, and then, of course, we went to Hershey, PA, because that was, like, we went there because we wanted to, like, go to Hershey Park, obviously. And 2 of the rides were closed down that I really wanted to ride, and I was super bummed. And we went to a movie, actually, because it was really boring. There wasn't much to do there. Like, everything closed down. And on the way there, we were like, oh, my God, we didn't really realize just how close to Gettysburg we were. So we were like, well, we're going to, like, swing by there, basically, before we go home. And, like, I was so enamored because I'd never been there before that we were like, we're just going to stay here for a night. So we did a ghost hunt there, and we uploaded a video to the channel about that. And it did decently. It was a fun ghost hunt. Yeah. The locations they took us to are so tiny. There's too many of us there.
Way too many people.
But we can't wait to go. There's just so many things that I want to do. It makes me so envious of, like, these people that are just, like, they get to do this for their living, on YouTube. Maybe one day. But right now, we have to both work full-time jobs. So finding the time to essentially take what is a vacation multiple times a year can be difficult. But Gettysburg isn't that far. It's like 5 hours from us. 4 or 5. Yeah. It might be 4. It wasn't that far. But and I think that's doable. I do plan on going back there for even maybe 2 days. I don't know. Like, it's something where you don't have to do a whole bunch of days, but, like, one day was not enough. Because there's also a lot of fun stuff to do in the day, like wineries and stuff. Because we actually made, like, I kind of forgot we did that video, but an Our Trips to Gettysburg and Things to Do video. Did not do well, but it's there. So if you're going to Gettysburg and you want to know stuff, look at that. Did a review for The Chocolatier at Hershey Park. We kind of dabbled in movie review a little bit. We did, like, one for A Quiet Place and The Conjuring 3. But yeah, if you'd like to see more horror movie reviews, I don't think I would ever do like all movies, but I would like to do, and you might see future content to try it out, either horror movie reviews or lists, because I watch a lot of weird stuff that people haven't heard of, and I think it might be beneficial to make a list of like horror movies that you haven't seen type of thing, because even a lot of the other people I watch that do that kind of content do not mention some of the best horror movies I've seen, and I'm like, this is not that underground, but no one ever talks about it. I'm not going to say what in case I do make the video, because you got to watch that video, so keep your eyes out for that. Springfield Grill, did a review on that. That's great. Oh yeah, we went back to Conneaut Lake Park and its Psychic Fair.
Yeah. This was one of our first vlog videos that we ever did.
Yeah, like 2018, I think it was.
We went to Conneaut Lake Park, and we went to their Psychic Fair that they have there. So we decided to go back this year. And check out their little fair again and check out the park, because somebody new bought it and was renovating it, which at the time of this video there was like a massive fire there, and I don't know how much renovating they're going to be doing now.
Right. I will say the first vlog is way better that we did, because and the reason why is you could just walk around the park willy-nilly, where now they're like doing construction. You weren't really supposed to go past a certain area, so we weren't able to like take a tour of the park.
Yeah.
But the first video, I'm glad I filmed, because there's some real sketchy rides, and you could just walk right up to them, no one cared. Because people like live in the middle of this park, which is weird too. It's a really strange place.
It is.
If you can go there, I recommend it. I don't know if I would stay in the Hotel Conneaut. I mean, maybe you would, actually. That might not be a terrible video idea to stay there sometime, because it is, like, haunted as AF. So, maybe there. Oh, yeah, we were doing, like, shaker and spoon boxes, which are cocktail boxes. Kind of gave up on that just because of the food thing, too. But those were a lot of fun. I might want to do that personally. An idea that I've had for a video, and if anyone's still watching this video, let us know if you like this idea, is Kim has found this book that's like, witchy Halloween cocktails?
I have one that is like I have two different books. I have one that is pop culture drinks, alcoholic drinks, and then I have one that is witchy inspired drinks. Yeah.
So we think it might be fun to like make cocktails, or even maybe make our own even that are like witchy / themed, maybe not even from the book, but whatever, and then like tell scary stories like after we make them or something like that. Don't know for sure if we'll make it, but if something that sounds interesting to you, let us know. Yeah. Next up on the channel, this was my second favorite place we went to of the year after Randolph.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a bucket list kind of place of mine to go. So I'm super happy that I got to go there, which was Moonville Tunnel, which is it's not technically Athens, Ohio. I forget what the actual... MacArthur, Ohio is where it's actually at, very close to Athens. Yeah. But it's like out in the woods.
It is in the boonies. Like, we had no reception. I really was kind of scared as whether or not we were going to make it back to like our hotel. We should have done a
vlog on this episode itself. That's something I definitely plan on. Every time we do a Haunted Adventures episode, I plan on doing, I said vlog, I meant podcast, a podcast.
Yeah.
Compendium with it.
Yeah.
Because, like, we only say so much during that, where, podcasts, the whole point of these is that we kind of sit down and we ramble and we talk about the things that we do. That's kind of the point of these, into it or not. That's probably why they get less views, but I like doing them. So it's fun. But no, the Moonville Tunnel, man, we couldn't have had a more surreal, cool experience.
Crazy. Like, literally, we're standing in the tunnel, and the tunnel just filled with fog.
Oh, my gosh.
It was terrifying. Like, you couldn't see in front of you. It was so freaky.
Oh, yeah, and we have it all filmed. So we went there in the day, and we kind of tell the story a little bit, like Kim mostly tells it, and I film her telling it. And then at night, we go back for an investigation. And yeah, we got lucky, because what happened is, when we get there, there was a whole bunch of, like, kids and, like, people there, but then it started downpouring rain, so everyone left. Now, mind you, there's no cell reception for, like, 15 minutes away, like, until you get, like, 15 minutes away from this place, like, nothing. So it is kind of sketchy. Thankfully, we didn't get murdered. But everyone left, and then it stopped raining. So me and Kim are like, cool, awesome, because like we drove all the way to Athens, and we're staying the night here to film this video. Like, we came here for this, because Moonville Tunnel, there's not any real restrictions on being there at any time.
Yeah.
Like, you can just kind of go, but just maybe bring pepper spray, or if you have the concealed carry or something, because like it was advantageous for us because the weather is bad, but like if someone creepy came out there, like, no one would know what happened to you. No one would know. It's sketchy because of how isolated it is.
Definitely don't go alone. Definitely go in a group. At least, a couple people or something. Because, it was just...
Almost destroyed my drone here. I was flying it around, and if you watch the short video that's like on TikTok, or if you watch this, there's an opening shot, and I just reversed the footage, but where the drone's basically flying through the tunnel. Well, there's no GPS, and I didn't realize that my drone can't hover because I don't use it that much. I just recently acquired it too when we went here. I didn't realize that it doesn't hover in place. It just keeps going in its trajectory when you let off the stick, and so it just hit the wall and flipped around and went into the dirt. Thankfully, it was fine. So I'm like, I literally just bought it and forgot to get the insurance. But super cool video. And we had some weird stuff. Like I mean, we were the only ones in there for sure.
Yeah, we had something thrown at us.
Yeah, a couple times. Both of us did. And, because what I did is I decided to walk the tunnel by myself. And Kim just wasn't down for that. But she ended up getting left at the end by herself.
I know. I was like, well, I'm pretty much by myself anyway.
And I kind of heard something get thrown at me. And then, very shortly after, I didn't really say anything because I was so far. And then I hear Kim kind of, say something like hello or something. And I asked her, and then she said something thrown at her. But, yeah, super cool video. Moonville Tunnel's a creepy place. I would recommend checking that one out. Indigo Lake Paranormal Investigation was another video we did, which was short-lived.
So many bugs.
Wow. I
I
had blood all over my legs.
Oh my god. Oh my
because I didn't realize, I don't even know if it was my blood. It could have been blood from someone else from a mosquito, which is so gross. Disgusting. And so we went there because there's a specific spot on the trail that's supposed to be super haunted by Native Americans, essentially. And yeah, we were like, no.
Yeah, we got to that point and we were there for maybe 5 minutes and we're like, okay, time to turn around.
Yeah, and then we left.
I'm being eaten alive.
Yeah. Got my new camera after that, and I did some test footage with my adorable Bengal cat Finn. So if you just want to watch random cool-looking footage of a cool-looking cat, it's on there. It's on the channel. I know it doesn't really go with anything else we do, but I wanted to show off my cool-looking cat, and I got a cool new camera, so that's what I did, is I made a video. Then we did one that was filmed, of course, when we were at Moonville, which is Haunted Athens, Ohio. This is, again, kind of like the Helltown video. It's pretty short. It's only 6 minutes, 6 minutes even. That's impressive. And it's just drone footage and, other pretty cinematic footage as we tell different ghost stories and legends of Athens, Ohio. Did the Real Men in Black. Oh, yeah, we did I forgot about the summer haunt.
Oh, yeah. We did actually go to a summertime haunted house at Carnage. They had just moved locations, and they were kind of I think they were kind of just fielding, seeing how people thought of their haunted house. They only opened one of their haunted houses. They have two, just to kind of see, what people thought of it and stuff like that. So they opened it up during the summer.
Yeah. And it's in a bowling alley now.
It is in a bowling alley.
And it was really good. Mm-hmm. We did not get to go for the actual season, but we were told by many of our Haunt Talk fans that it was phenomenal. And a lot of people it was their first or second place haunted house of the year. Yeah. So we definitely will be checking out Carnage because when we went to Columbus, I kind of wanted to do Carnage, but we did Zambesi Bay and Haunted Hoochie and Fear Columbus.
Yeah.
And we knew we wanted to do those three, and there was just no way to fit a fourth in. And we didn't have time to go back to Columbus last year. It's weird saying last year. Then we went to, Loveland Castle, also known as what the full actual name is, Chateau something.
Chateau Le Rouge.
Yeah. That place was cool.
That was very cool. It's this guy was he went to Europe and he's like, I like castles. These are cool. I'm going to build a castle in Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, he just built one because he thought castles were cool. And he just built this
weird castle and it even has a little dungeon and all this stuff. And supposedly he actually haunts his castle that he made.
But it's a friendly, playful ghost. Because again, it's not a real, it is a real castle, I guess, but it's not like a medieval castle.
Yeah.
So there wasn't, death. No one was ever stored in the dungeon, but...
Yeah, nobody was beheaded or
And they do ghost hunts, and it's pretty cheap. We would like to do a ghost hunt of it. at some point because it's not that expensive. Then I had a Hershey Park review came up. I'm just now realizing like I would do that a lot. Is I would kind of space videos out. To do that, review of the Bourbon Street Barrel Room. Wow, no wonder that just says Bourbon Street. I don't even know if I tried to title that video.
It doesn't look like you did. It just says Bourbon Street.
Just says Bourbon Street. I probably forgot. Wow. No wonder. But anyways, then we did a vlog at the Cincinnati Sign Museum. Really cool video, really cool place. I had to film it on my phone, which really pissed me off because this is one of the first things that I tried to film with my fancy new camera. And we go in there and they're like, why did they say we couldn't bring it in?
They said that too many people were disturbing other people with cameras, so you're not allowed to bring in full-size cameras, but you can film on your phone. Which, I mean, there was somebody with an iPad that was filming like this.
Yeah.
Like, how more
really
like distracting is that?
Policy.
Like,
so
yeah, it was really, really stupid.
But yeah, but we filmed on the phone, and it was an iPhone like 12, I think is what I had at the time. So it still looks good. But then we went to the Asian Lantern Festival, which this was really fun to edit and make. Very cool looking video. And I imagine they're going to do it in 2022. They did it for so many months this year because it makes them all the money because it is spectacular.
It is.
It's
really
way
pretty.
better than their Christmas event at the zoo. It's just it's amazing how much like many like different like lantern sculptures, if you call them that, whatever, that they have. You should go to it and you should watch the video. It's not vlog style. It's just really cinematic footage set to music.
Yeah,
and
it's really pretty, really relaxing. If you're looking for something to like wind down at the end of the day to just kind of relax you and stuff, I would highly recommend watching this video because it's just so pretty and just relaxing and just. Yeah,
it's just
like you're there too, so it's like you don't have to go.
It's beautiful. That place is beautiful. A couple more of these. Another one of our favorite things we got to do this year, which was way more than I expected it to be. Oh my gosh, was the haunted garage sale in Bay Village.
Wow, like I didn't think it would be what it was when we went there. Like I thought it was just going to be like a few like tables and stuff of spooky shit. No, it was like the full-on whole park in Bay Village was just filled with vendors and like people selling their wares, selling haunted house like decor, things like that. There were spooky cars.
Yeah, they had a whole car show that were like spooky themed, like
it was
hearses
just
and stuff.
Crazy. It was huge.
I bought a few things. Like I got this there, which I wish the light was. I wish the light was on there. I'm just gonna take it off the shelf for a minute because I've never really showed it very well. But it's this really cool handcrafted Ouija board, and like it's even on the back. I mean, it was $100, but like. Everything's custom, even the planchette.
Yeah, and it's wood.
It's real, like hand-carved wood, and they had like 2 of them that they had made. And I'm like, I wasn't going to get it at first. There's a lot more that I wanted to buy. That's where we got our Book of the Dead. If you've watched the Haunt Talk season, it's in there a lot. And that was really cool. There's this other artist that made all these like cool sculptures and stuff. I can't wait to go back and spend all my money this year and the summer again.
Yeah.
I haven't been talking about like the food reviews, but very much. But I will say, Bar Cento they have a pizza there. I forget what it's called, but it's like the pizza that's like spicy sweet or whatever. Oh my god, it's like the best pizza I've ever had.
It had hot honey on it. That was, heaven.
Right. We did a video on Kings Island. Is it haunted? Yes. You don't need to watch the video. I'm just kidding. You should watch it. It's a cool podcast.
I mean, there's a cemetery in the middle of the park. Like, come on.
Yeah, super. Which I didn't even realize. I kind of forgot about that. The Ghost Hunter even went there. Ghost Hunter, yeah. But we did. Oh yeah, we went to the Toledo Art Museum, which this is cool too. That it's on the channel because like it's over now. But they had a whole paranormal exhibit at the art museum. Mm-hmm. Wasn't as cool as I was hoping it would be, but still very interesting.
Yeah.
And definitely worth a watch. Obviously, if you like the paranormal, which I assume you do. Watch that. Reviewed the Real Seafood Company. Great seafood place. What are shadow people? I don't know. Go watch the video. It's also on the channel. We went to the Warner Swayze Observatory again, which is cool. Is a good video. I about had my soul leave my body. And I do talk about it briefly at the video because you hear it. I was basically walking around in there, and I'm looking at, there's like a sleeping bag, and I'm mentioning, like, be careful when you come here because there's homeless people that live, that, you know, obviously have taken up residence there. And then in the corner of my eye, in the shadows, I see a person. And he's, like, in dark clothing or whatever, and scared the crap out of me because he was, like, hiding from me in the shadow. He didn't try and hurt me or anything. And then I so stupidly ask him, like, oh, hi, how are you? Not good, he's homeless. And then we left because I was terrified. So, yeah. So, this place really isn't owned by anyone, and there's no trespassing signs, meaning I guess you may trespass. But don't go there at night for your own safety. I would not recommend that.
I mean,
it's not in the best area of Cleveland anyways. So, yeah. Then we did a podcast on the Middle Point School Ghost Hunt, which Kim did that. I was not able to go to it because it was a last-minute thing. We did a Spirit Halloween tour. And then I think we get into the Haunt Talk stuff, which, I mean, guess what? We reviewed lots of haunted houses.
What?
Yeah, so that's the thing we do. I think this was the most we ever went to.
It's a lot.
This season. Some really cool ones. Fear Columbus was amazing, which we also, the last video before this one was a Christmas review for them, but we have one normal season for them too. Most of them are good. We did have a couple stinkers, like Carnival of Horrors.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, we did have some
bad.
stinkers. Yeah.
We also did a giveaway. First time we did a giveaway. Pretty good results there. Had a lot of participation.
You think we should do a giveaway?
That was fun. Very grateful for the
year?
haunts that, you know, allowed us to.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want us to do a giveaway, let us know. I mean, I'm sure that you do. Yeah, it's amazing how many people actually comment when you're going to give them free things. If only those people would comment, you know, more often to just, like, you know,
right.
Just respond to the videos. But that's kind of the reason you do the giveaways, you know, is you're trying to get more traction. We did a walkthrough of the Haunted Yard in Parma, and hopefully they're going to be part of the documentary as well. Super cool people there. We did the only thing I was really disappointed, unfortunately, I wanted to make a really cool big video on Halloween yard displays, but the weather was trash that night. Like, it was just downpouring nonstop all night.
Yeah, it was gross.
And so I only got to film a few. Because originally the plan was that the Haunted Yard in Parma was going to be part of it, and then we realized that it's basically a pro haunt that's open for one weekend. I mean, it's not a pro haunt because it is literally in people's backyards.
Yes.
But it is so good. It's like pretty much pro haunt level as far as like the acting was great. I mean, better than a lot of the haunts we went to. The set design
I was just gonna say,
was creative. I couldn't believe it.
The actors were just phenomenal.
They got us multiple times. Like, I couldn't believe how good it was. Like, so make sure you check them out. We did our Haunt of the Year awards this year, so if you want to know who won that, go look at it, go watch it with your eyes. Did another cinematic video of Lakeview Cemetery because I had got, which is the only time I've got to use it for a video, like a Steadicam essentially. So we did a lot of cool cinematic shots there. That's another cool video that's just set to relaxing music. But it is kind of creepy, of course, too, because it is Lakeview Cemetery. But Lakeview Cemetery is probably one of the most beautiful cemeteries in the United States. They have some of the most ornate, like the Hazard Angel is like, I mean, it's even on a album art, an album art of a band recently. I can't remember the name of the band, but she's really famous. We did the episode on the Wendigo. Oh yeah, we went to an escape room. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Well, we actually did.
We did two escape rooms.
We must have
skipped. Yeah, because there's so many.
We actually were invited by some of our viewers to do their escape rooms, and that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was
our first ever escape room.
But it was so much fun.
It was very gracious to them because they closed down basically for the day to let us come, and we did 2 of the 3 they have. We plan on returning.
Yes.
And that was Unlock the Adventure Escape Room in Titusville, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So definitely recommend it. You will not be disappointed. It is 100% worth the money. Then the other one we did was Escape Boardman Hotel, which of course is in Boardman, Ohio, and it's inside the mall. We've only done one so far, which it was Annabelle themed, and it was also really good. Both of them, both the ones we've done were really good, and we plan on doing more escape rooms this year. So hopefully you like that videos. They are very haunted house adjacent. If you like haunted houses, you'll probably like escape rooms.
Yeah.
Did an episode of The Woman in White. That's really recent. And then we did our first
ASMR.
We did our first ASMR video. And that was a lot of fun. We were at a craft show that was uber boring for me because no one felt like buying my photography. So I sat there for hours and just like wrote a story, and then we did that with it. We took the story and we did ASMR shit with it, and I think it turned out really cool. I've showed it to multiple friends. Doesn't have a ton of views, a little over 100. We plan on doing more of that, but I would like to write my own stories because, like, I feel like that's what's going to make our videos unique because so many other people are just reading stuff that's other people's content.
Yeah.
I would like to create our own. I have a couple more ideas in my head. If you have a story you want us to read and do ASMR too, though, let me know because I'm okay with doing that too, but I just don't want to find any story off the internet and just read it. I prefer it to be more personal than that.
Yeah.
And, then we did and then for Christmas, we were able to go to Blood Prison and, like I said, Fear Columbus. Both were really awesome. I love doing the Christmas haunts. Wish we could have got to more, but again, because so many of them are open on the same days, and they're far apart, though, because, like, not all of them open, so we only got to go to 2, but we really liked the 2 that we went to.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Mansfield Prison is Blood Prison, and then Fear Columbus and Columbus. And then we did Strange Christmas Traditions video. And that is basically everything we did this year. Like I said, I skipped over all most of the food reviews and like the unboxings of food and stuff like that. There's a lot of that on the channel this year too. I think the goal for 2022 is, just to keep pushing out content, try and make it a little more consistent with a creepy subject. And we really like suggestions. We really appreciate if you're still watching this video. I know this is one of our longer videos. I knew it would be because, we're talking about the majority of what we did in a year in one video.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a longer one. The next one's coming up will not be as long because, again, we're just going to be talking about haunted dolls, and we might be doing like a haunted item series, like that kind of thing. So if you have any particular stories you would like us to cover, make sure you let us know down in the comments below. And again, make sure to check out the Patreon. We greatly appreciate it. Check out the merch site. If you're watching this in video form, check out the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, check out the video. Also, please, 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 leave us a review if you're listening to the podcast on a place that lets you leave reviews, like Apple, and I think like Audacity. I don't know. There's multiple podcast hosts we're on. I don't even know all of them are on. And you can leave reviews on, and it really helps us get found. And same with liking the videos, and of course subscribing, and of course ringing the notification bell. There you go.
It's like stuck.
That's okay. But thank you very much for watching and or listening, and we will see you in the next video /podcast.
Bye.
No!